Hello everyone that's happening to watch this video. So this is kind of an out of the ordinary YouTube video that I'm making. It might not get to YouTube right away. If you're watching this video on YouTube, it's probably been a while since I've posted this video. But, anyways, I'm going to do something with this video that I don't usually do on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is filled with videos of me gaming, streaming, talking to friends while gaming and streaming, whatever. And I've done some Windows Update montages as well. But this video is completely different. In fact, it doesn't involve video games or updating computers at all. Right now, I'm standing on a rug. Now don't lose interest in the video just yet. Hear me out, because I got a lot to say. This rug is my rant rug. I'm going on a rant. If it's something you disagree with that I say, go ahead, leave the video. Right now. If you think you know what I'm going to say, leave right now. If you want to hear what I have to say, and you value my opinion, then stay. This rant rug is almost as old as me. Yes, it's a rug that my grandma made me, but still, it's my rug. I can stand on it, and this is my rant rug. So here we're going to talk about. Now this conversation may repeat stuff that I might repeat a few things here and there, and I might ramble on a lot, and this video might be extra long. I have no idea right now how long this video is going to be, but I'm going to try, and this might be split up into different sections. This video may be part 1, part 2, part 3, whatever. But if this video is successful, I may just start doing more. My goal is for this video, and it won't get off the ground at all at first. I want this video to go completely viral. Because you know what's going to happen? It might just change the world. And I know that's an ambitious move. That's an ambitious move. Because no one person can change the world completely. You might be able to inspire people to change the world. And that's my goal here. All I can do is control myself. All that you can do is control yourself. All that anyone can do is control themselves. And that is the bottom line. I can't control my mother. I can't control my father. I can't control my stepdad or my stepmom or anyone else. I can only control myself. Because my brain tells my body what to do. My brain makes decisions about everything that goes through my head. And so does all of the other brains. And all of the other humans. And all of the other species of whatever, whatnot in the world. If they have a brain, they make decisions. And we as humans need to make decisions about what is going on in our vast world. Our Earth. Our home planet. You see where this is going. Global issues. Here we go. Let's inspire, okay? It's hard for me to breathe the air in the atmosphere. All the air that is surrounding us, it's completely invisible. And it always will be invisible. But everything that my hands are touching right now, everything that my face is touching, everything is touching that is invisible is air. I have air in the palm of my hand right now. You have air coming in and out of your mouth and nose while you're breathing. I have air coming in and out of my mouth and nose while I'm breathing. That is the air that we breathe. Just imagine if that was all gone. If the air on Earth wasn't breathable. If everyone and everything, every living thing, just completely suffocated. All life dies. All that's here is inanimate objects, evidence of human life, but it's all inanimate because there's nothing here to control it, regulate it. All of the evidence that humans were ever here is gone because it's taken over by the earth. Not plants. Plants are dead, remember. They have to breathe. But it's taken over by molten rock. It's taken over by the Earth's rock cycle. The Earth just absorbs all of the evidence of human creation, and bam! The Earth is just one big giant rock floating around in space, and there's nothing living on it. Nothing. Just hardened rock and lava. That's it. There's nothing else. There is nothing else. There may be water, but everything that we have right now is in equilibrium. If that equilibrium gets too unbalanced, then all hell breaks loose and bam. The world as we know it ends. All life ends. That's what humans are causing right now. That's what is wrong with us. It breaks my heart to think about how selfish, and this may offend you, because you think I'm not a selfish human being. Every human being on this planet, including myself, is selfish. Because you know what we neglect to do? Here's exactly what humans do. Humans take. Humans are professionals at taking. No matter whether you realize it or not, we take. All we do is take. And we don't give back as much as we take. We actually need to give back more than we take. I'm talking about other species. You know what we do with some species of wildlife? We take. We take and we take. And you know what happens? We don't give back. And you know what happens after that? The species goes completely extinct and we never see it again. And what do you know? There we go. Another species extinct. And humans don't care. They're like, well, it doesn't affect me. I don't care. Well, you know what? It does affect everyone on this planet. Maybe not short term, but long term. We are talking about the future, my friends. We are talking about the lives of our future human beings. That is, and maybe even in my lifetime, the whole world is going to go to crap. And you know what's going to happen? Either humans are going to go completely extinct, or if we have the technology, then we can just leave the Earth and go to another planet and completely destroy another planet and just keep doing it until the whole universe is destroyed by humans. And then, who knows? Okay? Or we can save the planet that we have right now, the one that we were born on, the original place that we call home, Earth, right here, everything around us, Earth. We can save Earth. if we try. I'm not telling you what to do. You can do whatever you want. You can completely ignore me and tell me that my ideas are unrealistic. But you know what? They're unrealistic for me to do them all. I'm trying to inspire great, vast amounts of people here. This video will not get off the ground right away. It'll take years. But if this video has a chance, I can inspire people across the globe. I want to make a difference, and I know there's people out there, countless numbers of people out there on Earth that want to do this, the same exact thing that I want to do. I go to Niles New Tech here in Niles, Michigan, and you know what we work on? These very issues. We work on these things. The whole New Tech network across the whole nation, the whole United States has a New Tech network, and all those schools are working on these issues. And I'm part of it. If I can make a difference, then everyone else can. Everyone, every single human being on this planet, old or young, can make a difference. Even the people that said, I don't care, I'm just going to die in the next year anyways because I'm 85 years old. I'm not trying to be offensive, by the way, but there's a famous quote, and it's a quote, but it's a lyric of the song. I'm a Michael Jackson fan myself. He says, it goes something along the lines of, the people that are old and dying. Okay, it's a very short line, but I'm going to stretch the lyric out for you. Basically what he's saying is, the people that are old and that are going to die don't care about the people that are going to live through all these hard times that are coming up ahead of us. And we're already in the start of it. Look at this. And YouTube, shame on you if you demonetize this video. Because you know what? You know that what I'm saying is true. And I'm going to make sure that this YouTube video is not for kids. Because it's not for kids. There's so much stuff in this video that is not for kids. I'm not saying I'm going to cuss over, exaggeratedly cuss. But kids don't need to know about these issues until they're old enough to handle it in their own head. Because you know what? If I told my little cousin about all of the stuff that I'm going to talk about in this video, he would lose his mind completely. I've nearly lost my mind before. And if it wasn't for my family, I wouldn't be here today. I'm not just saying, yes, my mom is the one that brought me into the world with the help of my dad, but I've had mental issues of my own, and I've worked through them with the help of my family. What I'm saying is, everyone in the world is not family, but there's a lot of stuff that we have in common. Whether we realize it or not, we need to come together as one and heal the world. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. Michael Jackson. End quote. You think that Michael Jackson is some perverted freak that sleeps with kids? Well, you know what? Yes, he's dead now, but you know what? He had valid points. And he could have changed the world. And you know what? He did change the world. He made a huge impact. If Michael Jackson was never born, the world would be better off. Well, no. The world would not be better off. The world would be worse off. Those of you that think the world would be better off with Michael Jackson, without Michael Jackson, you guys are insane. Michael Jackson changed the world, guys. Whether you like it or not, he impacted the world. But you know what? His life was cut too short. He wasn't able to finish what he had wanted to do. His wish was not completely fulfilled because unfortunately he succumbed to his drug overdose. But you know what? We have the entire population of humans on this earth. If we can all come together, please, it's volunteering. If you want all of the people that are on earth right now, and all the people that are going to be on earth in the future, if you want us all to live and have a certain future in this world, then you need to stand up right now and make a change in yourself. You say, every day after this, I will wake up a better person. I will wake up and change something about me every day, and I will better myself every day, and then soon, you know what's going to happen? The whole world is going to be bettered. Yes, I'm recording this at my house. And yes, the dog's barking, but still. That's besides the point. If you can wake up every single day and better something about yourself, then you can inspire others. And then others are going to change something about themselves. And soon, everyone in the world is going to better themselves. And then, they're like, what else can we better? It feels great. We all feel like we're alive again. We're not just these moping souls that walk around and roam around Earth and try to be like everyone else and try to do this and all this social media BS. You know what? For 1 second, can you please forget about this stupid politics stuff? Forget about all this social media bullcrap. Forget about all the things that bring us down. And you know what? Everyone on social media is not completely honest about what they're posting. I am not completely honest about what I'm posting on social media. Social media was originally thought of as a way to make friends outside of, your hometown or wherever you usually go. I could make a Facebook friend or Instagram or Snapchat or whatever. I can make a friend on social media. And that person could live across the entire world. That person could live in New Zealand. You never know. But you know what? It has become more than that. It's become this evil force that has become a bully, especially to young, unstable minds and people that are trying to become adults like myself. I went through hard times. I haven't seen the hardest because I know up ahead of me on my road, before I die, I'm going to have to go through really hard times. And you know what? I need to be ready for it. Because if I'm not ready for it, then I'm just going to fail. And you know what everybody else is going to do? Fail. And you know what happens? The whole human race fails. But if we can come together and better everything, then that's what we need to do. Now, if you see this stalk back here, it's a plant. It's not a stalk. It's actually tied together with rubber bands because it's growing so fast that it can't hold itself up. But it's my plant. It's actually two plants, actually. One's an English ivy and one's another flowering plant. They provide oxygen. They breathe in the carbon dioxide in the air. And they exhale oxygen. You might be saying, oh, come on, you don't need to tell me this. I learned this at, in science class or whatever. You know what? You don't need to tell me that. Here's what that thing is. Every single plant on this planet does the same exact thing. They inhale carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen, and that oxygen gets inhaled by us, and we exhale carbon dioxide. And yes, it is true. If you talk to your plant, it will make the plant more healthy, and it will make you more healthy, because if you give it more carbon dioxide, it's going to give you more oxygen. It's a win-win situation. You know what? If we can create more plants on this planet, we will have unlimited oxygen. No, we can't. Yes, I know. We have to have a perfect mixture of gases to breathe. We can't just breathe straight up oxygen, because only less than 30%, yes guys, less than 30% of the gas in our atmosphere is oxygen. Most of it is anything but oxygen. But the amount of oxygen is decreasing, because all these stupid logging industries and all these people that are trying to create farmland and whatever else, and yes, this is directly addressing the issue of the Amazon rainforest, is and other major forests, and anywhere where there's plants being torn down, they're just being torn down. That's it. They may be harvested, or they may be just wasted, but you know what doesn't happen? They don't get replanted. They don't get replanted. The amount of plants in the world is decreasing by an alarming rate and amount. And you know what's happening? We don't care. We don't care. Us as humans don't care. Well, it doesn't really affect me. I don't care. It's not me. It's somebody else. Well, you know what? It is you. It might not be you in this minute, in this second, in this year, but in the future, that move will affect you. It'll affect me. It'll affect everyone. For every plant that we destroy, we must plant and successfully grow at least double. We need to ensure the survival of all plant species. And I know, yes, that's a big idea, but we need to ensure the survival of all species. That's our end goal here. By the time the universe ends, and everything shrinks and collapses in on itself, or whatever happens when all the universe ends and all matter goes away, by the end of that, if humans are still there, our goal is to have accomplished big things. And the big things that we must accomplish right now is battling this constant war. But you know what's happening? Humanity has this terrible selfish side. It's winning the war right now. The war is not over, but it's winning right now. If our good Samaritan side of us, if our good side of us that wants to make a change, that wants to make a difference, that wants to completely change the world so that we can ensure a future and survival of everyone and every living thing, if that side of us can win this war, then we can ensure the survival of all life. That right there is my plant. I own that plant. That plant is my possession. Yes, it wasn't originally mine. Yes, it did get bought at some store. But you know what? It is thriving. I take care of it. It is thriving. I mean, look how tall it is. I mean, obviously, it is literally a 3-foot tall plant. And plants of its species are not supposed to be that large by the age that it is. So it almost feels like I'm breeding some hybrid plant, but you can see that I can take care of plants, okay? If we can teach as many people as possible how to take care of plants, then we can keep planting and keep planting more plants, trees, flowering bushes, whatever. If we can keep doing that, then we can save our atmosphere. But that's not what we need to do. You're like, oh, if we just keep planting stuff, people are just going to cut down all the other stuff. You know what? That's why we need to consistently continue planting. And also, we need to take away what is causing the problem. Limit logging. Limit destroying species and species habitats. Which, if we stop destroying their habitats, then guess what? That species has a better chance at survival. You see what I'm getting at here? Everything is connected. Everything is in equilibrium. I already said this, but you know what? It is important. And I need to drink water, but I am not done. Oh, and you know what? See this? This is a plastic water bottle. This is a plastic water bottle. You know how bad this is for the earth? But you know what? I have good intentions for this plastic water bottle. In fact, this is not a brand new plastic water bottle. Yes, it's got the label on it. The label will probably come off soon because it's getting so old, but this bottle has been reused a few times. Not a lot, because obviously if I used it a lot more, the label would be off by now, but this bottle has been reused. It's been rewashed in my sink, and it's been reused. And I have told my parents, quit buying plastic bottles. Whether that's water bottles, Gatorade, whatever. Quit buying it now. Stop. Now. You want drinks? Glass or aluminum cans. No plastic. And they said, you can't tell me what to do. I want to buy plastic. I'm going to buy plastic. And you know what that promotes? That promotes plastic production. And we're just going to keep making more plastic. And we're going to stop recycling it. I'm sorry, that's my Google Home. 1 second. Hey Google.
There's a reminder for calling.
See what I live with. Not only are my parents telling me what to do, but my freaking AI is telling me what to do. Hey Google. Shut up. Anyways. Yeah, you heard me. Be quiet. Okay. Excuse me. What I was saying was, this water bottle has been reused. Have you heard of the 3 R's? Or actually, it's now being called the 4 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle, and repurpose. Repurpose is also known as TerraCycling. We'll get to that momentarily. But this water bottle that I have right here, by telling not telling, I can't tell my parents what to do, but by asking my parents to please stop buying a whole bunch of plastic bottles. Yes, I have this bottle because they are buying plastic bottles, but they have they have tremendously slowed down on the amount of plastic bottles. Yes, every once in a while, if there's, if they go to a convenience store and all they have is a plastic bottle of Pepsi and there's no Pepsi cans, or whatever, yes, I guess they can buy that every once in a while, but eventually we're just going to cut it out entirely. But every single step is important. And that was the first step. Reduce. Reduce the amount of plastic you're buying. Reduce the amount of plastic that is being produced. And here's the next thing. Reuse. I've reused this bottle. I've reused this bottle multiple times, actually. So actually, if I drink all of this, this will be the 6th time I've used this bottle. But what I'm getting to is, that's the second step. Reuse. Third step. Recycle. You see all those bins out there, whether they're plastic, which is not as good for the environment, or metal, or whatever. If you see a bin with that, that triangle, or whatever logo that has the arrows that go, in some type of cycle, that's recycle. Cycling is just producing stuff one time. It goes from producing to packaging to selling to using, then it goes to the landfill. That's one cycle. If you recycle that, it doesn't quite go to the landfill. It might go to the landfill to go into a recycling program, but it gets recycled. And plastic isn't the only thing that can be recycled. Paper can be recycled. There is unlimited amount of things that I can name right now that can be recycled. But eventually, we need to try to make everything recyclable. And I know that sounds weird. You're like, human remains recyclable? That's something for the scientists to figure out. But for now, we're talking about inanimate objects. For now. But that comes to the 4th step. Repurposing. Now, repurposing can also be known as, and when you combine it with recycling, it's called TerraCycling. It's a popular thing that I've heard about on the news in the northeastern United States, and it's spreading, and eventually TerraCycling is going to sweep the world, I hope, but it's another form of recycling. Recycling recycles one object, like this water bottle, and then this water bottle will be made into some other type of plastic bottle. That's recycling. It's recycled, but it's made into the same thing that it was before. TerraCycling, on the other hand, TerraCycling is different. That's where repurposing comes in. TerraCycling recycles one item, but it's called TerraCycling because it changes that item. It'll have, some type of plastic in the next item that's produced, but this plastic water bottle could be somebody's shoes. Yes, you heard me, shoes. Or someone's bookshelf, or someone's car part, or whatever. This bottle could take a completely different form. I've seen stuff about TerraCycling where some company made shoes out of Dorito bags. You're like, well, you can't recycle stuff with food residue. Yes, you can. You can recycle stuff with food residue. Companies don't like you to do it because they have to pay their workers more to clean the food residue out of it. But you know what happens? You clean the food residue out of it, and then it's completely recyclable or TerraCyclable. Yes, it takes more effort, but who cares? Would you rather be lazy and make sure that all humans go extinct, or would you rather help save the earth and ensure that this freaking bottle gets recycled? And yes, this will be recycled. Everything that can be recycled will be recycled by me. This water bottle, once it's served enough of its purpose, I'm saying once this gets so crinkled up that it don't even look like a plastic bottle anymore, and it just looks like a ball of crumpled up plastic. Yes, that's when I'm going to recycle it. But I plan on reusing this more. I'm going to wash it out. I'm going to keep reusing it until time comes. Okay, it's time to recycle it. Or to recycle it. Whatever. And we're going to get to... We might just tweak the topic a little bit here. I want to focus on the wealthy, the super rich. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, you know them. You've heard about them. The super rich. Yeah. So, you hear all this talk about Elon Musk. Have you heard of SpaceX? Probably have by now. SpaceX, a company that's trying to send humans to Mars. I'm saying, one-way ticket. You're staying there. You're creating a human civilization on Mars. Well, that might be... No, I'm going to put it a different way. That is a great idea. That is a completely great idea. Ensuring their survival on that planet is completely different. You might be able to send people to that planet, and then they all die off somehow, and then what are you going to do then? The whole Mars program is, and you gotta start it all over again, or just give up. What are you going to do, Elon Musk? You're just going to keep killing people by sending them to Mars and not changing what you're doing? There's got to be something going wrong. There's a reason behind why they're dying. Or you can do it first time around and do it correctly. Who knows? It hasn't happened just yet, but it is happening soon. And the project is still in the works, and it will happen soon. But I want to ask them something. And I know I'm never going to talk to them. I'm just some middle-class kid that goes to a school in southwestern Michigan. But you know what? I have researched a lot. Okay? How's come they want to go to another planet and leave all of us behind? But they don't seem to have... If they do have interest, they might have some, and there might be stuff that I'm overlooking. They might have a lot more interest, but how's come they don't focus more on saving the planet that we have now? They have all the money. They can pay countries to quit their bad habits. Jeff Bezos can go to frickin' China and tell him to quit polluting the atmosphere so much, and they can tell he can... They have so much money, they seem like they can do everything, okay? That's what I'm getting to. And I need to plug my computer in 1 second. See, this is life. Oh boy. Hold on, I just dropped my power strip. See, this is life. YouTube videos are not always professional. I try to make it professional, but when you're standing on the rant rugs, some stuff can go a little bit sideways. But you know what? No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. No one's perfect except Jesus Christ, God, Holy Spirit. If you're a Christian like myself, those are the only beings that are perfect. Humans, imperfect. Plants, imperfect. Anything living, imperfect. No, non-living things, those might be perfect because the earth is, yes, it's changed because of humans, but the composition of it is the way that God created it. And I know I'm getting into religious stuff, and before I was talking more scientific stuff. Scientific and religion can be linked together in a lot of different ways. They're not just completely separate. You can believe whatever you want, whether you're religious or you're just an atheist and you don't believe in God at all. Or you could be some scientific nerd that also goes to a Catholic church 3 times a week. You know, there's different people out there, like myself, that I have an equal balance of scientific and religious values where I can create my own beliefs in my head. And that's what everyone does. But what we can all agree on is that we need to change ourselves so that we can change the world and heal the problems that we have in this world today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next and the next and the next year and the next year and the next year and the next decade and the next century and the next millennium, whatever. If we can solve as much as we can and we put our all into it, we might just be able to successfully ensure a future for our children, for our species, for all. It breaks my heart. And yes, I know part of it involves myself, because I'm a human being. I'm no better than anyone else on this planet, but it breaks my heart to see how selfish and how careless human beings can be sometimes. What is the deal with all these plastic bags, guys? It's not just the plastic water bottles like this one right here. It's not just these. There's other things made out of plastic. Here we go, plastic grocery bags. Oh boy. Plastic grocery bags. Now, back in the day, back in my grandparents' time, maybe into my parents' time, grocery stores, and even when I've been alive, you can still go to some grocery stores and they'll give you paper bags if you ask for them. But usually when you go to Walmart, Target, Meijer, Harding's, Martin's, wherever, whatever store, grocery store, whatever that you go to frequently, you usually get your groceries in a plastic bag. Now, if you go to Aldi, which I go to Aldi, Aldi's not just for poor people, okay? I'm upper middle class, and I can afford to buy a crap ton of stuff as Costco and Sam's Club. But just because Costco and Sam's Club have completely different prices, and yes, a lot of it is more expensive, but they have completely different prices than Aldi and Trader Joe's, they have something huge in common. They don't give out plastic bags. And I'm sure there is a lot of other stores out there that do the exact same thing. But it's a genius idea. If you can just say, you know what, people? No more plastic bags. When you get your groceries at our stores, we are not putting your groceries in a plastic bag. If you have bags that are reusable, fine. We'll put your groceries in whatever you want. But if you don't have a bag, you can purchase a reusable bag from us, or we're just going to put your groceries straight in your cart, and then you're going to take your cart out to your car, and put all your groceries in your car without them being secured in any type of bag, and then they're just going to roll around in the back of your car in the trunk and possibly get destroyed. All your eggs cracked, made a mess, all your bread smushed, all your chips smushed, whatever. Yes, that is a problem, that all your food's getting smushed, but if you could care, then you can be able to get those reusable bags. And you know what? Those reusable bags, those reusable bags are not just for those stores. That's what people have to realize. They're not just for those stores. You can walk in to Walmart or Target or any other store that still uses those plastic bags that are so harmful. If you walk in there and in your cart sits an Aldi bag, Sam's Club bag, Costco bag, some type of fabric or reusable kind of bag, if you walk in there with that sitting in your cart, they're not going to say a word to you. They don't care. They just care that you're buying goods from them and they're going to get your money. That's all they care about. And also as long as you're not stealing stuff, but still, that's all they care about. Yeah, people might look at you funny, but you know what? You're doing the right thing. You are maybe the first one or the first one in that day or whatever that has walked in with a reusable bag in that store. And you know what? People might look at you funny. You're like, what are you doing coming into Walmart with an Aldi bag? Come on, man. Are you stupid or something? Who cares what those people think? But you know what? Some other person might look at you and think, man, I just put my food, my groceries in this plastic bag. How silly of me. This person just walked in the store with this reusable bag, and yet I take this plastic bag and I pollute my environment that I live in. Heck with it. I'm putting this plastic bag back. And then they dump their groceries out into their cart. And yes, they put their groceries in their car without any bags. Yes, it might smush their food. But the next time they go shopping, they invest in purchasing reusable bags. And then that chain takes off. And you know what happens? Soon enough, the amount of people that are using reusable bags in stores is greater than the amount of people that are using the regular old polluting plastic bags. We can do that. I can do that, and you can do that. We all can do it. Just try. Please. That's all I'm asking. You can do whatever you want. You can take this video however you want. But please, just have an idea. Inspire others. Tell others about this video. Please, make a big change. We gotta. Or we're all gonna die. I mean, that's all it is. And I shouldn't be smiling about it, but it is not funny at all, actually. It scares me to death. It rattles my bones to think about that I might not survive because of the things that humanity is doing to the world today. I might be 60 years old or whatever, and some monumental natural disaster happens because of what humans have done to the earth. Thanks, past humans. And guess what? This bottle is ready to be reused another time. once this is filled up and drank again, that'll be the 7th time I've used this bottle. And I plan to use it until it's time to recycle it. And I will recycle or TerraCycle it. It is not going in the trash. In fact, the word trash should be translated. The word trash refers to stuff that is just thrown out, that is taken to the landfill, and just sits there. Some of it sits there for an eternity. Plastic, duh. Come on, guys, recycle. It's so easy. It's just as easy as throwing stuff in a trash bin. If you see a trash bin and a recycling bin next to each other, they both take the same amount of effort to just throw the item in there. It's your choice whether you're going to throw this plastic bottle into the trash bin or the recycling bin. I'm going to throw it into the recycling bin. But there's people out there that don't give a care in the world, and they just see a bin and they're going to chuck it in there. Well, guys, put a little thought into it. Care. Trash needs to be translated. That word means a lot of things now. If you can translate the word trash or thrown out or disposed of, if you can translate those phrases into meaning just recycling or just TerraCycling, then we've solved all our trash pollution. Yes, there might be other pollution, but we will keep talking about that. I'm afraid there might be an end to this video. I'd like to keep rambling on, but it's time for me to go to bed. It's starting to get later at night, and I've been talking to a computer screen for almost an hour, but you guys get my point, okay? And I hope to see you in a part 2. Stay tuned for part 2, guys. And please, everything that I said in this video, think. I want you to reflect. Maybe jot down some notes about it, whatever. I want you to reflect on what I said in this video. And if you care enough, please encourage others to do good, do better with themselves, and inspire others to do better with themselves and their environment. Soon enough, before you know it, we're already making the world a better place for all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And please take care. Take care of yourselves and take care of this planet. I will see you in the next one. Good day.